Hi, my name's Tracy, and that's my wife Ashley and our son Henry. And we're modern homesteaders. We live on 3 acres just off my grandparents' farm. Some people might think this lifestyle is crazy, but we wouldn't change it for a minute. Our landscape is constantly changing. Let's take a step back and let me show you how we got here. This is 1 year on a farm.
A small farm, yeah.
This week on Farm Alarms, 1 year on a farm. Whatever happened to the $600 tractor that we bought? I'm going to show you why we are ditching the Back to Eden style garden. Henry gives us a baby sheep update. We are finally putting air conditioners on our school bus home. We take Henry to the local fair and he competes in his first pedal tractor pull. All of this and more. Welcome to Farm Alarm.
Sheep love clover. I've been eating it now. Like sheep. They love it. Look at me, it's tired.
Today we're back working on the 560 International. If you guys haven't seen the first video, I bought a $600 International 560. And if you haven't seen that, I will leave a link to that video right there. But I'm taking it apart right now. You can see that I cut my hand. Actually, it looks way worse than it really is. You see back here that I took the fast hitch. Honestly, I didn't really do much to get cut. So I pulled a bolt out and I went to put it up here. And where I had knocked one of them hydraulic lines off, when I took that hitch off, I just hit my knuckle on that piece of metal. So actually, it's not really that bad. Alright, so enough with that. Let's get on with what we're actually doing to the tractor here. You can see that I pulled the PTO out. And actually, you might be saying, hey, did you eat a bowl of cereal in there because it looks awful milky? Actually, there's a ton of water that mixed in with the oil. I want to get it wiped out, cleaned out really good before we put new fluid in it, but I also want to find out the source of water getting into the rear end. So we're definitely going to have to find that water leak. I don't want to waste another 8 gallons of trans hydraulic fluid. You guys seen in some previous videos that we've used purple power on things. This stuff works excellent. It's biodegradable, and spray it on and let it soak for a little bit and hose it right off. And then once we get all that grease and oil, leaky oil off here, it's really going to show us, you know, hey, where the oil leaks are. And you know, because if it's got an oil leak up top and it's just getting all over the engine, who really knows exactly where the oil leak is? Or maybe it's got 5 or 6 of them. So getting everything clean will definitely let us know.
As you guys know, we usually do the Back to Eden style garden. Well, this year we're trying something new. We're laying down the landscaping fabric on top of the wood chips, and then we're trying another section of the garden. We're going to push the wood chips away and then put the landscape fabric on top of that. We really like the fact that the wood chips, they hold in the moisture really well and it breaks down into good soil. However, there's a weed that it just takes over the garden, and the weeds still do come through the wood chips. It does keep some away, but there still is that weed issue. So that's why we're trying this new landscaping fabric to hopefully keep even more weeds away. Another reason why we don't like the wood chips is because you have to dig so deep just to get down to the good soil, because if you plant just in the wood chips, you're not going to get any growth because there's nothing for the roots to stick to. There's no good soil there because the soil is so far down. As you can see, we've cleared off most of the wood chips here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the David Bradley out and we're going to break ground, and then we're going to run the tiller through here.
And why are you moving now?
workout. All right, so you see here, we got the David Bradley after it. Whew-wee, that was a job. I restored that thing here a while back, and I got a video for that right up there if you ain't seen that. But anyway, you can kind of see here some of this dirt down here, black, really rich black soil. Next step, tiller. Ooh.
I want to call that baby lamb. That baby sheep. And then it came out and then dug into a fence. Yep, there it is. There's the baby. Look at the sweeping. You know, Papa Charles said we should name it Papa Charles. That's what Papa Charles said. I'm gonna go unplug the fence.
Okay. We're putting some air conditioners, some rooftop air conditioners that I got on the top of this bus. We're gonna at least put one on there today because man, it is so hot out. So we're gonna put some ACs on top of this thing, and mainly it's like half of it's because it's hot, but man, the flies are just crazy. It's like, you know, when you live in the country, you notice that the flies come out when it's about to rain. Well, it ain't raining and it ain't about to rain, but nobody told those flies that, and they keep getting in the bus, and I can go on a killing spree of flies, and it's like, I just spent like all this time killing these flies and they just like replicated, right? Maybe they came back to life. We got the tractor here. We got Grandpa's tractor with a loader. So it's very important that you find where your center rivet is. So we'll start off of that. The instruction manual for this air conditioner unit says 14¼ inches squared. So I drilled those holes you guys seen earlier, and I drilled them from the outside, and the point of that was to try to get it as plumb as possible, and that would show me that would make sure my inside hole would match the same size as my outside hole. Alright, so now that we've got this hole cut out, you're going to need some kind of a structural support in here. You see that it's squishy or whatever you want to call it. It's flimsy. That's why we're going to be sticking these the same measurement, which is 2 inches. This gap is 2 inches there, and we measured it before we cut it because sometimes that heat can warp it. So that was 2 inches. We cut this 2-inch board here. We just ripped down a 2x4, and we're going to shove that up in there, and we're going to do that all the way around, and that will give it a nice frame for whenever you clamp that AC unit down, that it doesn't collapse your roof.
We just have to put the filter in, and it'll be cool in here in no time.
This pedal pool is for me, and it is gonna be super fun.
What's your name? Alright, Henry, you're signed up.
That's the pool sled, and it's gonna be heavier and heavier and heavier.
Don't worry about that thing back there. Come on. Come on. Give us a big old smile now you're on camera.
Keep going.
Now, come on. He's like I was at that age shy. Good job, Henry.
What'd you think of that?
This is the horse, and you're gonna hear what it sounds like. Hee-haw, hee-haw. I'm just showing you that's the donkey. This is a horse, and this horse makes
Alright, so you see that there is a ton of oil and grease and fuel all over this engine. You see down here we've got a lot of the old tractor parts that we took off here, the hood and stuff. We just stripped this entire tractor so we could get to all this. I could take this thing over to the car wash or just use the power washer here. It's really not going to do that good of a job unless I use something like Simple Green or some kind of degreaser. But what I've really seen to like that works excellent is Purple Power, and it's a biodegradable degreaser slash cleaner, and I've used it on everything, any painted surface. It works really good. It even works on wood. You can spray it on anything that has mold. So we're going to spray some of this on here, let it soak for a few minutes, and then take the power washer to it and see how good it works. So this stuff worked amazing. I ended up using about 1 gallon of it. I've used this product on mini tractors, and I've used it on our school bus. I always use it before I'm gonna paint something. You could get this stuff at your local Walmart. O'Reilly's might even sell it in Napa, but you could get it right off Amazon too. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below.